Tough to get around the big guy. Empty side.
Burnett turns to the corner, and he sneaks inside against Baker Mazzara. 7 points for Denver Jones.
A lot of hand checking going on.
High screen, Golden. 2 players were there, Gale and Burnett. Burnett one-on-one with Kelly. Burnett step back, Jay. He's got it. And Rafi bailed him out.
And he can knock him down out there, too.
Mazzara short on the floater.
Look at this speed.
Shot out of a cannon. Burnett takes it in. Woo-hoo! One-man fast break.
Speaking of sharing it, how about Bruce sharing the duties with the coaches? Delineating the staff, someone up and his son, obviously.
Burnett rising up for the jam.
It's jittery. They've been sitting around all day watching other teams play, and now it's their turn, and they come out there just a little bit too amped up.
Burnett, 3. And it goes. Over, another one.
Right now, guy's going to pull up, take a 3. He was all by himself. Might as well. And now it's Wolf's rebound.
Michigan just has to stop these turnovers.
Burnett for 3. Yes.
That's one way not to turn.
You see right away, Michigan will switch with those 4. Nice play there. And creates a turnover. The step in by Reuben Jones.
What he's out there for.
Michigan, a thrilling win over the number 2 seed Maryland, 81-80. Donaldson pulling a Tyus Edney going the length of the floor. Jumper is good. For Blackwell, the talented sophomore makes his move. A blast to the rim, and he misses on the floater.
Both teams balanced the floor beautifully. So well prepped.
Donaldson, no look. Perfect time
to stay in the ball screen. Nobody with that strong.
I'm not sure I like Cheddar guarding him in that situation. You might have to make a substitution if you're Dusty May.
He was 0 of 9 from the field before that. Burnett, yes sir, on a 3. Wow. Belmonte's averaging just under 15 points per game, shooting it at a 41% clip from downtown.
And he's good at the rim too. Good hands on the defensive end as well.
Wolf, fake. Gets that second wave. Swing it. Burnett on target.
And that was an overhelp slip to the goal. Great find.
He is back in the state of Indiana, transferred from the Hoosiers to the Terps. 25-20.
All perimeter game thus far on this trip.
Here's Gale, the Ohio State transfer. Kick it. Burnett got a 3.
And I like that, Gale.
0.5 points per game. The blow by, layup, no. A factor defensively. Golden on Miguel.
Swarming. Donaldson, what a hustle play.
And Donaldson up the floor in a hurry. Snaps a pass. Burnett, the dribble draw. And finish. Athletic.
And Smith with the blow by for 2. When you go all the way back to January 16th, Rob, this team was 25th in the country at 38% from 3. Since then, 27% as a team. Almost 2 months. Burnett inside, not relying on the 3, and he gets 2. Screen set by Kaufman-Renn to open up Lawyer. There's Wolf with the rebound. Bodies down behind the play. 4-on-4 for the moment. Burnett will size up a 3, and he'll hit. 5, and Michigan's had the answer. It's come from Nimari Burnett. It's come from Reuben Jones, and then Vlad Golden getting 2 shots at the foul line. Cheddar out there now for Golden, as he was before the timeout. Here's Robbie Gale Jr., the Ohio State transfer, finds Burnett down low, and Nimari Burnett so active.
Zone, it is Big Ten regular season title number 11 for Tom Izzo. 5 of those have been outright, including this season.
Incredible.
We're in March. It's Izzo time.
It is.
There's that late little double. Good closeout.
Burnett, they need one. They got it. It's a 3.
And he's got to play.
Holloman. Shot clock down to 2. Richardson stripped to the ball.
Nice pass.
Leak out. Burnett is going to get there and throw it down for the Wolverines.
Gillespie looking for the answer. And rebounded by Vlad Golden, his 3rd.
Michigan will take those kind of early jacks.
Open 3 in the corner. Back to back triples for the. I believe that's next week. Where has this season gone?
It has gone quickly.
Michigan needs to find some
Nice
points.
pass.
Drop off to the net. for two.
Really well-designed possessions here late.
That's fine. Reese challenged, no whistle. Golden got the block, and Michigan starts it up. Burnett in the corner. They need this, and they get it. A three and a timeout.
Check in. They go inside. Sneaking in. Another two. Boswell finds his 8th point here in the first half.
And Ivicic, we've been talking about Wolf and his ability to pass. Ivicic is a pretty good passer.
Five inside. Dr. Jonas. Riley puts up a 3. Rebound inside. Claimed by Jonas. Swatted away by Wolf. Picked up by Donaldson. Here come the Wolverines the other way. Down by 6. Wolf on the wing. Burnett.
Chris Webber and Juwan Howard, hollow action in the paint.
You left out Butch Wade.
The legend, the OG.
The Rutgers have been shooting the ball awfully well the last couple of games, over 50%, but having a hard time finding it in the first couple of minutes. Burnett finds an easy bucket. Wolverines getting awfully well the last 2 games, over 50%. Lost control. Burnett against Davis. Crossover. Goaltending again.
Shot, and he missed it.
Williams got a hand on it. Got it back. And good hustle by the Wolverines. Donaldson with the steal. Quickly to Wolf.
Lob.
And he had Golden. Burnett left open.
That's what Burnett is.
Well, Michigan, as they have been for a lot of this game, playing catch-up. Cheddar was excellent in the first half. Hit 12 points off the bench. Burnett spins. And scores. Bailey to Davis.
If he'd have cared that much, he would have let me win one, either in 98 or 2000.
That wasn't going to happen. Michigan 4 for 18 shooting threes, by the way.
Burnett. I love the effort I'm seeing from Rutgers.
Well, he wanted that shot. Gale to inbound. Finds Wolf. To Burnett for the win.
An issue for Michigan in a big way as well. Golden running down the floor, grimacing, holding his right arm or hand. Maybe got hit in that exchange underneath, but they had enough to get the steal, and then Burnett muscles it up to give Michigan a problem.
They didn't get that middle game going, Rob.
It's Reuben Jones. They take it themselves, zigzagging to trap it on. Burnett denied. It's a goaltend.
Robbie doesn't envy many people, but the hops of Carr.
We were both envious at shoot-around today.
To the rim. It's a long drought for Michigan State.
This is a guy that's got to get going, I think.
On and a miss. Rebound Donaldson. Michigan will run. On the kick to the wing. That's a 3 for Burnett.
Those close quarters passes are not easy.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I didn't think it was nice pass.
Burnett, that was right on target. That's a touchdown from Akins, and he shuttles it in.
And then you said that earlier. To get to him on that left, curl it down. Dynamite.
Open look Burnett. He splashes down.
Looks like he's okay. He's going to stay on the floor as Ohio State already with its 2nd early turnover in this game.
Put the pressure on the wing. Don't let them get into anything. Will they double team the post? Open 3. Burnett. Long start. A little 2-2-1 look here. Slow Michigan down a touch.
This is Reuben Jones.
They'll take the turnover if they get it. Wow.
Burnett. Deep shot.
And Thornton making the play there too, Spiro, getting into the middle of the floor and forcing Michigan to defend him and look to the middle of the floor rather than to the baseline.
What a game Devin Royals putting together. Cheddar into the corner. Burnett wide open, and he buries it.
Just patient and squeezed it through. Went right up there through Black Golden. And those are the plays that Caleb Furst has been so much better. In Big Ten play, 72% on twos, 44% in the non-conference. That's a difference of almost 30%. Burnett on the outside. He'll load up the 3. And knocks it down. Gotta be up right there. Just earned possessions. Kaysen not shy. Rebound Gale. Burnett. Book it. Basically a pass to first. Right place, right time. Again, right at the basketball. That's the worry with zone. You don't have block out response.
responsibilities in man or zone. Those air balls always so hard. Caleb first saw it the whole way and makes a play on it. Burnett, three. Buries another one.
And Baco. This is the guy that's got to get going to help this team. Tough shot, good challenge.
So another empty trip for the Hoosiers. This is Burnett. Transition. Three splash.
Gotta know him.
Michigan gets into the front court a little quicker this time. Nimari Burnett will launch from deep and hits the three.
Oregon doing a good job of being selective in when they push.
Open. Nimari Burnett. That three cashes. Out to Jones. Shot clock down at 10 as Donaldson launches the deep contested three. Rebound underneath. Nimari Burnett puts it back up and
into the Big Ten and has an immediate impact.
Barely grazed the iron with that second free throw attempt. And here's Wolf. He'll outlet to Donaldson and get things going. On the drive, Gale, the dish, Burnett for three. And a steal. Somerville telegraphed that pass to Bailey. The numbers. Burnett to the rim for two.
He's out 3 of 4 behind the arc, and as Penn State now turns it over, it's Burnett. He throws down the jam.
He didn't round off his recovery. He went in a straight line. That took away the three-point shot from Chevy.
Michigan trying to halt a 6-0 Penn State run here. Jumper out of the corner there.
More than a half a step slow, and as he jogs down the floor, you can see he's laboring with his breathing just a hair.
Donaldson, nice feed to Burnett.
And really well designed sent around. He takes one extra dribble. He's going right into the teeth of that defense, and most notably Danny Wolf.
Deep three, Burnett, nothing but net.
You remember Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, when he would jump on 2 feet, stop, and use the pump fake with his arms straight in the air?
You're dating yourself.
Well, that's all right, but you see Braden Smith using that a lot to try to offset his opponent, get them in the air, and then still be on the attack.
Golden, he's been terrific all season. Draws a double team. Finds Burnett inside, hangs and bakes it down. And then you see the numbers that he put up against Ohio State. 12 points on 3 of 14 shooting. 1 of 3 from the three-point line in 30 minutes. He did have 5 rebounds and 8 downs. Now Pippen comes in, the son of legendary 50 greatest Scottie Pippen. Inside, Burnett slips. Now Smith yo-yos that ball. Baseline jumper. Off the heel. Batted out. Tracked down. Pippen trying to get a hand on it. Loose ball. Burnett to the bucket. And a two-man.
Golden, don't settle. Gale off the shot fake. Open man in the corner for three. Burnett won't get that one to drop, but an offensive rebound for Wolf. Burnett, second chance. 3 points.
First of all, and then his great reception by Ty Berry, recognizing the opportunity, embracing it. If Northwestern can get this Ty Berry, this Jalen Leach, Nimari Burnett with the and-one.
Which is his Big Ten high. He had 17 against Michigan State, season high 27 against Eastern Illinois.
He's staying involved in one way. Go get a bucket.
Donaldson almost with the travel. Golden. Double team comes running. They trap the post. Back out it goes. Gale with 6 to shoot. Trying to find room on the baseline. Kick into the corner. Burnett the open man. There's a three.
That's his shot, but another ISO. This is where you start to miss Jalen Leach. Martinelli's initiating the offense. You got a lot of switchable defenders. Not allowing Northwestern to run their offense.
Down the baseline and a two-hand jam.
Points that I was talking about as far as Minnesota trying to capitalize and manufacture extra points.
First foul was on Parker Fox. Here's Burnett and knocks down the three. Came in leading. Look where Michigan's gone. Last couple of trips down the floor. The bread and butter. Either threes or shots at the rim.
They're playing big on big screen. How does Minnesota handle it?
Wolf in the paint. Leaving it for Burnett. More beautiful basketball. The Wolverines.
So everybody's collapsing in. When they do play well, they've got guards who will knock in open threes.
Both the 7-footers are out. Danny Wolf and Golden with the 2 fouls. So how does Washington take advantage? We'll find out. But the young sophomore St. Walter's on the floor. He got 7 to shoot now. Burnett drives. Just too easy with the left hand. These guys. And USC knocked off Illinois after staying in the Midwest over their trip after they lost to Indiana. They looked great yesterday against the Fighting Illini. They're pulling off the upset. Burnett drives for 2. Into the corner. Harris for 3. Yes. Washington needed it to stop that 6-0 run.
The second leading scorer, and those are the shots he has to take and the shots he has to make. And here's a 1-3-1 by Washington.
Down low, Golden kicks it back out. Another skip pass. Burnett, man on skates, drives the 3. Really confident that Diallo was going to make both of those free throws, or just, hey, we're not going to let these guys get out in transition. They have 4 other players back on defense.
Dusty May gambling the last 3 minutes here.
There's a 3. It's good. Burnett's got the hot hand.
That's what he does. You got to love the toughness of the Huskies, right? You get blown out. You have a couple days when you stay to Michigan and you come in and battle.
Burnett stays perfect in space and knocks down the jumper. Every bounce is going Washington's way on that possession. They needed to go their way.
No question. I mean, they've had several of those mid-range jumpers not fall. It was nice for them to finally get one to fall. You can't double down off a 3-point shooter. You know,
about 3 steps.
Heat check. Not this time. Kept alive by Donaldson. Cheddar.
This is what I like to see from your #1 offensive threat. When he sees his jump shot ain't go down on the last one, he's like, I'm going to the post to make people better from the interior.
Cheddar can shoot it, but not over the 7-3 defender. Inside Burnett as the shot clock's running out. And a nice little floater. Kobe Johnson.
What he just did, I would love to see a lot more players do. He anticipated the pass, and he was already a half step driving towards the basket to beat his defender.
Golden on the slip. Swinging. Burnett, yes. Over Stefanovic. Music goes around. There's the switch. Quick hands. Burnett took it away.
As discussed.
And now tries to answer at the other end. The takeaway across his mind.
He will.
Cheddar will. Nope. Jones fights for the rebound. Fresh shot clock. Burnett. Don't arc here. Michigan going to move to 4-0, and UCLA even up 2-2 in the Big Ten. Bruins got Daly back for this one, and William Powell the third. It didn't matter tonight, though. Gale. Instead it's Burnett, and he strokes it from 3. Corner 3. It has just been a big loss for USC.
Oh, no doubt. He's a big-time scorer. Gives them a post presence that they need. What's funny is, okay, yeah, he played at Michigan last year, Aaron, but there's only a couple of guys on the team that were his teammates last year. This is very much a new roster for the Wolverines.
Burnett, wing 3, and he's able to rattle it in.
They didn't shoot that ball.
And Wolf comes down with the rebound. USC can't believe there wasn't a foul call.
They don't have numbers because both teams had a player on the ground.
That combination has been so tough to stop for opponents this year as Western Kentucky is on the board. Burnett, quick 3 in the corner is down.
To attack the middle of this zone right here, I think Danny Wolf is the guy.
Western Kentucky's hit their last 4 shots on a mini run here. Big collision, no call. To the corner, Burnett had time to set his feet and drill. And Lander, who would-be starters if they were playing.
More of the same right there, getting into the lane and trying to score amongst the trees, but yellow jerseys all around. You got to move this defense again and not settle for first pass shot opportunities.
There's that Area 51 connection. Kick it to the corner for Gale. Burnett, one of 7 players who hit a 3 in the opening half for Michigan in college basketball this year.
It's a rarity, being able to return 11 guys.
Yep. A lot of potential for the school.
Burnett talked about these individuals had choices to transfer in this modern day college basketball.
I do too. Nice hop step. Pippen thought about going for a 3, number 17.
Took his eyes off the basketball. He's wide open.
Burnett is a good look. There is number 17.
Terry Mills, our engineer Tony Butler, and our host Rob Joyce. I'm Brian Bush. Ball flipped up into the air, and as expected, Vlad Golden back taps it all the way to the far basket, where Trey Donaldson secures it. Golden soared over Mulder. Michigan starts with the basketball. Crowd on its feet here to start Michigan's second home game in the last 31 days. Wolf straight on, pitches it right corner, Burnett. High to the right, Donaldson. Back to Nimari, right wing. He'll trigger a 3 and knock it down. Good ball movement to Michigan. For the Mastodons, Will Cheddar replaces L.J. Kaysen for the Wolverines. Inbound, Golden right elbow. Now left wing, Cheddar has it to Burnett. He's straight on, face guarded by Jackson. Couple of dribbles in, has it left of the lane, spins into the painted area, floats and scores from throw. Now a poke away by Burnett, but he couldn't quite get it all the way. Jackson saves it right side of 3, ball short from Bello, and Michigan peels off the rebound. Other side, Burnett, left wing, he tries a 3 ball and knocks it down. Make with it for Purdue Fort Wayne, takes it straight on, Banker, no. Loose ball, picked up Donaldson, skips it up ahead, Burnett, clean runway 1, dribble, a jump and a jam. Great find from
He'll knock that down. He can do that too. He comes in averaging 18 and 6.
Yeah, 36% three-point shooter is Jalen Moore. He's got very good dynamic skills inside out for Oklahoma.
Wolf getting a little bit closer. Drawing a double. Burnett with a turnaround. Yes.
Got a mismatch.
Down to 5. Long one. No. Rebound picked up by Burnett. He'll lay it in.
The offensive rebound.
Resurrected the Memphis program, took them all the way to the championship game in 2008 before they lost in overtime to Kansas, and then had a terrific run at Kentucky, winning a national championship in 2012. But he goes from Big Blue Nation now to calling the Hogs, at a program that's got very good tradition. I still remember that 78 team that Eddie Sutton had with Marvin Dell, Ferran Brewer, Sidney Moncrief. They were outstanding.
What do you think a coach does with all of, like, where are all of his blue ties right now? What does he do with all of them?
Give them away.
Tough shot for Burnett. Michigan away. Firo, a tough 16-foot jump shot, and it's tipped around to Nimari Burnett. Michigan, as we mentioned, 8-1 on the season. They went from unranked to 14th in the poll this week as Burnett over Iowa in their last game as Firo lays it in for the Hogs.
And Firo can really drive off ball reversal. He gets a straight line to the basket. It's over.
Burnett knocks it down.
That was really well done.
Donaldson and the follow by Burnett to
Peyton Sandberg gets his first bucket of the game, had been 0 for 9 from the floor.
The easiest look that he's gotten all afternoon long. Nice pass.
Golden, the big man, looking underneath. Burnett finds some space.
They're playing their best ball this early season. Klesman bounce it. Winter had it blocked inside. Golden gummed him at the rim. Donaldson leave it. Burnett, no hesitation. For 3. That's that defense leading to Blackwell on the outside, spins, drive. Blackwell is rejected. Burnett, Klesman can't hit the 3. And Burnett there for the rebound. Good hustle by Burnett. First on the ball, then securing that rebound. Hot potato, Wolf gets it to Gale. Back to Burnett. He'll load up the 3. Pure. That's quite the sequence. On the defensive end, he shuts that possession.
Fans, maybe they'll start howling whenever he makes shots.
Yeah, they should. I love that.
Yeah?
Yeah, at the next meeting, I will bring that up.
Okay, I got a game in Michigan in January. I'll see if it's caught on by then.
Come on, man. Look at that.
Find the shoot. Burnett for three. Got it. Wow. Green for three off the glass. Take them when you can get them. Good save. Keep the possession alive by Burnett. And Burnett on the other side. How about the pass from Wolf? Here's a three. Rex Steiner off the rim and no good. Roddy Gale, the Ohio State transfer, comes away with the rebound. They're going to push this tempo. There's a three ball, and it gets the roll.
And this is what Wolf could do. He could start your break. He's a good decision maker. He's got a lot of turnovers, but that's not on him. Look at that. Love the
crowd, man. This is awesome.
Yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth. And they can't be too upset because it's 80 degrees out today. And I know Blacksburg, it was really cold the last few days. And obviously you know what it's like in Ann Arbor.
It's impossible, especially at a young age. You know, as a pro, it's almost expected this day and age. But this is still a new territory for them, getting used to the transfer portal, new teammates every year. So they're doing really well with it so far.
You saw Danny Wolf there, the Yale transfer, bringing the basketball up at 7 feet tall. There's two 7-footers on the floor right now.
That's one thing Coach May talked about was their versatility. Great pass right there. Talking about versatility. Glad bench tonight. Hopefully he can give them a spark.
So 3 fouls for Mpaka in the first 3 minutes of the game. And here comes Danny Wolf to bring it up. What a luxury for Michigan to be able to initiate offense with a 7-footer. 10 to shoot. Here's Donaldson. Burnett will try the three, and he'll hit.
That passer, all my friends, nuts.
Benjamin had to hoist that with the shot clock winding down, and there's Danny Wolf with the rebound. Quiet offensive night for Wolf. Tipped into the corner. Burnett waiting for it. The three falls. And
99 wins as a head coach between Xavier and Miami, Ohio. Air ball from Kraft, and here comes Michigan. Elite in transition. And there's a jam. Nimari. Gale Jr. recovering defensively. Taken right back. Jones scrambling. Michigan ends up with it. Off the one-handed feed. Extra pass to the corner. 4-3. And connects.
A great find by Cooper. Ability to get all the way into the paint, drawing the defense.
Lob, Golden, extra feed, corner three, got it. Miami's got to hit those shots here in the second half to have a chance. Cooper steps back for it and airballs it right to Gale Jr. Transition, no look, Burnett finishes through contact. Off the spin and got it over the top of Golden.
That's the second time he's been able to use that little pivot and spin today.
Just can't leave Burnett open. But you talk about the balance for Michigan. It's a big question for this team. Who's the leader when you get into tighter games? Who's going to step up and be the go-to scorer? Burnett for three. Miami, Ohio looked pretty good early in the game. All Michigan sends. Bounce pass. Burnett.
TCU enters the season 3-0. Wenzel misses. Enters this game 3-0 after 3 wins, all on their home court. This is their first road game of the season. Ford with the dish underneath, and it's laid in by Nimari Burnett.
7-footer. What a beautiful backdoor cut there by Nimari Burnett. Puts it on the hands and a nice finish underneath. I love the spacing that this Michigan team plays with in the half court.
The TCU foul went on David Punch, and here's Burnett for 3. Nothing but net. With the steal. Alette in traffic, an air ball. Donaldson with Cheddar to his left. The trailer, Burnett lays it in. At the still standing Yost Fieldhouse.
TCU is going back to that 1-2-2 full court press. See if Michigan can handle it a little better here with 3:20 to go in the first half. Got to attack it once you get over half court.
Donaldson stumbles, spins it out to Jones. Walters swings it to Burnett for 3. 10 for Nimari.
That's the give, and that's just too long of a run for Wolf to recover. Wenzel knocks it down. Good offense by TCU.
Donaldson in the corner. White steps out on him. Top side, Burnett heaves and hits. Two teams looking for an early resume boost. Never too early for that.
I like this here.
Underneath, Burnett lays it in.
To return for another year at Wake, one of the best players in the country. Off the back iron, rebound picked off by Burnett. The 6'5" Brad, one of the guys returning here from Michigan.
Trying to defend him in the post, goes immediately to work and gets a bucket.
Wolf trying to answer on the other end. Comes out free, high for Donaldson. Cheddar with a step. Wolf inside. Nice give and a slam home, and Michigan with
especially in the second half.
As Steve said, sometimes when those guys get into the major conferences, things change a little bit. Knocked away. Will Cheddar got his hand on it on the turnover. Back over to Michigan. And now Trey Donaldson, who hit a buzzer beater from beyond midcourt right at the half. That's going to rattle home on the
who initiates a fast break. That's what I want our viewers to understand, how unique this young man is with the basketball.
On the development, too. He didn't have any high major offers coming out of high school in Illinois. Went to Yale. Didn't really do a ton his freshman year, but last season, 14 points, nearly 10 rebounds a game. He had 14 double-doubles. Great cut along the baseline. To expect when it's a brand-new team, coaching staff, the whole thing. But through 25 minutes, it couldn't have gone much better. And Burnett, he's alone.